Welcome back. We are here with two of my favorite people in the industry. That would be Scott Rohde
so
and Adam
nice.
Boyes.
Thanks, Sid.
Welcome.
Very nice of you to say.
Highlight of my week. Highlight of my week.
Absolutely.
So I was just talking to Sean.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good show. I think that seems to be the opinion out there.
Yep. Seems to be. I'm excited. Partners seem to be excited. I think the fans got a lot of great positive feedback. So, big smile
Totally.
all day long.
I mean, for me, it's like a dream come true because 2 years of not being able to talk about what all these studios are working on, it's all out there now.
Yeah.
Very good.
They were just charging up their energy, their chi, you know.
Hadouken! Right out there.
I was just talking to Sean about how highly I thought of Days Gone.
Oh, cool.
That was really interesting. Yeah. I mean,
Oh.
You've seen one game. These zombie games are everywhere, but it takes a studio like Bend to really take it into a different direction. I mean, they're not zombies, I learned. They're freakers.
They are freakers.
There's
No
an
one wants to
ecology.
call anything a zombie these days, right?
They're walkers, they're biters, they're freakers. But there's an ecology. They're actually alive.
Yeah.
And there's a whole pecking order between them.
Oh,
You see them too coming like a liquid, almost like coming out to the whole entire environment. I was so blown away by the visuals on it and that ability of and then they start stacking, cut, tracing after you. I was like, this looks intense.
It reminded me a little bit of like World War Z or something like that,
totally.
which is some of the best moments in that movie. But what I also like is there's like a soul to this game as well. There really is a soul.
Yeah. There's a deep story to this game, and it was definitely at least partially inspired by World War Z. Especially that tech was built a long time ago with the zombies crawling on top of each other. I call them zombies. The freakers, right? Crawling on top of each other to get up to buildings. I mean, it adds this level of tension where they're not just down there on the ground. They can get anywhere. And it's pretty cool.
And the best part is, too, when you see their outfits, right? You see the patches, you just think Sons of Anarchy, you think about that rich relationship stuff, and you already know, like, just by seeing the images around it with the freakers and the bikers, you're just like, this is going to be so great.
Riding a bike around a post-apocalyptic environment. I mean, it's fresh, it's different, it's interesting. I'm really into that one. I'm really into, of course, God of War. Was looking fantastic. Everyone was talking
I'm just
about
going to
that.
sit here and smile. Is that okay? Can I just sit here and smile?
It's funny. It's like, I feel like this year there was so much great first-party content. And to sit there, everyone thinks that we all know everything that's going to happen. I had no idea about any of the first-party games. And I barely, and so seeing God of War, seeing the character, the interaction as a father, you have that automatic reaction of like raising when the rage meter starts going up as he's yelling at his son. And that stuff is so powerful to me. Just then adding the fluid mechanics, how it didn't, everyone expected, I think, okay, when's the whip and the axe coming out, and to start with like the more origin of like, we're just going to throw axes, and that combat is so visceral and great, man. And as a fan, I just nerding out.
It's so good. I just love listening to you guys talk about it. But it's all that story you're talking about is such an important part. I mean, the team and Corey specifically really wanted to pull that emotion out of, he wasn't just going to run around raging all day long. They really wanted to show a different side of him. And in the demo, you see how he struggles even to relate to his own son. You can see it's an internal battle. So exciting to see this all coming together. And I'm so proud of what the team has done.
I had a great chat with Corey yesterday, and Christopher Judge, who's playing Kratos.
He's a small dude.
That is a large dude. I mean, he was so big, he snapped his microphone with his fingertip. I
could do that. I could do that.
But I mean, he was so big, the mic rig didn't fit on him properly.
Oh, yeah. He is a man.
But a really smart, sensitive actor. Had some tremendous. He really got inside the head of Kratos. And really has some great insight. I urge you to watch it on YouTube. The clip is up there. Him just talking about where Kratos is now. I mean, this is Kratos. This is the Kratos. But in a very different world, in a very different surrounding. And I also love just Corey talking about that. Like, when God of War originally came out in 2005, I was in the press. I remember going, what is this game? This is fresh. This is interesting. The character's so, I wouldn't say one-dimensional, but he's so focused. He's so driven that it was actually very charming. And it really
I have never heard Kratos called charming before. But it's the first for everything.
Charming in a very sort of dark and kind of Joffrey-esque kind of way.
It's so fun to watch Corey, just lead the charge for Kratos' evolution. Right? And it's just so amazing to hear Corey tell any story. And I always joke with him about, his kids are going to grow up, those bedtime stories, they're going to be unbelievable. And of course, there's not going to be like heads coming off in the bedtime stories, but it's going to be amazing because he is an amazing storyteller.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure you guys had fun yesterday talking about it.
Tremendous amount of fun. God of War looking spectacular. Adam, you're on the publisher relations side. We've talked about a lot of big stuff that you guys had to show. Let's start off with a little VR.
Sure.
Because VR made a big splash this year. Batman Arkham VR.
Holding again, same thing, like big, absolutely like over-the-top experiences, like Star Wars Battlefront mission. I mean, that X-Wing, like first thing we ever said, when we were doing the Battlefront deal and working with VR, we're like, when are we going to get some of the
X-Wing? We have all dreamed about doing this our entire life. Now we get to do it.
Yeah, so that's amazing. So excited about that. Man, wear the cowl, be the Batman in Batman VR. That to me is like, first time I tried that, I was like...
Yeah, tell me about this, because I don't get to leave this place. I don't get to try anything at this
I haven't tried it yet either.
Right over there, I can see it. Yeah. So you start in Wayne Manor, and you're talking to Alfred, and basically, like, the floor opens, you go down into the Bat Cave, and you're basically, like, playing with all of his gadgets. You get to do some detective stuff. It's just really, like, you look down and you see your utility belt, and you're grabbing the different things and using them. It's just so cool.
Yeah.
Because it's just that sense of, like, I'm Batman, right? Yeah. Everyone just has that feeling. So that's phenomenal. And then the big surprise was Kitchen was always just a feeder for Resident Evil 7.
Yes.
The whole game.
The whole entire game. The heart attack inducing Resident Evil 7 coming fully to PlayStation VR.
That's amazing.
So that was huge. And that to me, I think it shows a commitment that a lot of people, I think, had questions of like, well, I've seen cute little things here or there, but like to have Batman, Star Wars Battlefront, and also Resident Evil 7 in VR. I think that it's a new era of VR. It's like,
truly,
we've been dabbling in it, and now it's like, it's here, and it's here in a massive way.
It's true. And I mean, worth pointing out and reminding folks, Resident Evil 7, there's a demo out now on PlayStation Store for PlayStation Plus members.
Yep.
And Resident Evil 7, I was a little surprised. It's coming out in January.
Yeah.
It's not that far off. It's not a 3-year wait or anything like that.
Yeah, and the VR experience, I got to tell you, like, when we first saw it, Capcom came to show us, Takeuchi-san and the team came to show us, and they said, Adam, would you like to try it out? And I said, no, I would like John Drake to try it out. And so John Drake had to put on the headset and do the whole thing and scream maniacally as we all sort of laughed and giggled. Poor guy. But it's really something else. And that immersion, it's just, it's so cool.
That's really great.
Yeah.
I mean, just tons to talk about. I mean, what a press conference, what a show.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I want to call this one out too.
Sure.
I was talking about this with Sean.
A little bit tricky.
Yeah, I was talking about this with Sean a couple minutes ago. I said, I think for some people, diehard Call of Duty guys, were maybe a smidge skeptical about the futuristic stuff and the space stuff. Guess what?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's going to be awesome.
It's amazing. And people are really talking about this trailer. I mean, PlayStation.Blog comments are blowing up with people going, okay, you got me.
Yeah.
I'm not skeptical anymore. Like, I really want to play this.
Very good.
And it was, it was almost like when they kicked it off, it's like, what is this game I'm seeing?
Right.
Yeah.
What is this?
Well, I think, it's funny because I think the theme in general of this E3 press conference was surprise and delight.
Yeah.
Predictability was out the door. So everyone's like, oh, when's Shu going to be up there? When's Rohde going to be up there? It's like, no, we're throwing that out. Let's bring in an orchestra. Let's try to, every turn, every corner, people didn't know it was God of War right away. Reveal that. What is this game? It's Days Gone. What is this awesome sci-fi thing? And then 3 minutes in, it's like, oh, that's Call of Duty. It looks so cool. And I'm a grappling hook nerd, so that part of it.
It's always
the mechanics
a great mechanic,
of like the flight combat, the out of gravity stuff, the in gravity stuff. It's just it's so cool. And it adds, I think, a lot of mechanics. I think where they did such a great job in the previous few Call of Duties of adding verticality.
Right.
I think now it's like verticality plus level. So couldn't be more excited about that. Like, and it plays so smooth and amazing. I can't wait.
Now, maybe not part of the press conference, but still major talking point. Titanfall 2 is coming to PS4, and it's looking real good.
It's so cool. We got a chance to go down to Respawn recently and play it. Drake and I, same thing, played against each other with a bunch of the dev team, and just loved it. Like grabbing. Like the mechs, there's way more customization in the mechs now. Your abilities are a lot sort of on, basically on steroids. So your ability to sort of like bounce out of the Titan and grab another one and hijack it, and that combat. It's almost like with the Titans now, it's almost like a fighting game within a shooter.
That's awesome.
And again, The grappling, I keep saying grappling hook, but like
this is the year of the grappling
hook.
hook.
They're so good. They're so good.
Does Kratos have a grappling hook? Just come clean.
He does have a retractable axe.
Oh, that's
so
close enough.
There you go. It's close enough, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, we were talking VR, and I can't just sit here and not talk about Farpoint if we're going to talk VR.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm so excited about this. Everyone who's touched it they come out and their eyes are wide. I mean, it's such an experience. I always say this. The very first time I played the Farpoint demo a few months ago, and you get to kind of the end of this first big path, and you're going up against this gigantic spider alien. When you're in the world of VR, it is like you're standing underneath a 747.
Wow.
It feels that big.
Wow.
I mean, you're looking up, and you're just an ant.
Yeah.
It's just, you can't explain it unless you put the VR helmet on and play it.
Well, but on top of that, so we had a chance to, Scott and the teams gave us permission to show it off to some sort of special partners when we were at DICE back in February. And it was in a secret, locked-off room, and we'd have a few key developers go in. And when you hold that gun controller, and then you're looking at it in the game, and it's rendered, and then you can either do hip firing or like look through, and people tactic of like shooting up and above, and that stuff is so powerful. Same reaction where people come out of the room, they're like,
yeah,
this is another. It's just like VR continues to surprise people, and this is, I think, another great sort of evolution.
It's great, and you're right. People just sit there, and most people, when they first get into Farpoint, they sit there and do this with the gun,
look at the gun
for like 30 seconds. They're like, what?
Don't have to go into an options menu to look at your gun. You
very,
just hold
very
it
cool.
in the space.
So cool.
Yeah, super excited about that.
And of course, on the VR front, we'd be remiss to not mention Riggs Mechanized Combat League. That's coming from Guerrilla.
Yes.
Guerrilla.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with Riggs. We'll move to
There's
Horizon.
so much to talk
I know,
about.
hurry up.
We need a bigger segment here.
Yeah.
But Riggs is looking better and better. We had him on the show yesterday. Every time we see it, it just looks better.
Yep.
I mean, it's really coming along.
Oh, it's again, you can't talk about it unless you've got the VR helmet on, right? Because it's a totally different experience when you are in a mech and you're in a fighting game. I mean, it's amazing.
Look at this. We're seeing some footage right now. You can look up there if you want.
And then between those 5 and the other 45 games by the end of this calendar, I mean, it's going to be bonkers. There's just so much great stuff. And there's something for everyone. That's what I love about it. There's, like, whether it's Headmaster or whether it's Wayward Sky or Golem. I mean, there's so many great
100-foot
things.
robot golf.
100-foot golf. Absolutely, man. No Goblin killing it.
And
then all the stuff you guys are doing with, PS World or PSVR World. VR Worlds.
VR Worlds,
And that's a big combination of a bunch of awesome experiences.
And even stuff like Bound, you'll be able to play that in VR.
Right,
and that's a totally different experience when you play that. When you play a platform-like game in VR, totally different experience as well.
Yeah, I've actually played Lucky Sail on Oculus, and I was blown away. I mean, what a phenomenal game.
Yeah,
so
it's very cool.
A lot of great stuff coming.
And you can't talk Guerrilla without talking Horizon.
Horizon Zero Dawn. Okay, let's talk about this because they did push out a little bit. It's coming in February.
Yep.
But things are looking. It's looking. Yes, on Horizon. It's very good. But it seems as though they are really making wise use of their time. If we're looking this good already.
Yeah, it is going to be fantastic. I mean, there's something. It's such a unique mesh of different worlds, right, in that game. I think it's going to be spectacular.
Yeah, I'm a huge. I love that studio, and I think the mechanics of like the crafting part of it and the sort of like hacking part of it and these beasts. That the whole. I think I was watching the Kind of Funny guys, and Colin's like, there's. Have no idea how this world came to be, but it's cool as hell.
Yeah.
It's such a great point, and I'm excited to dig into it too.
Awesome. It's beautiful being able to take over some of the machines and actually ride them around.
As a mount? That's so
it's fantastic, and we got to see a little bit. I mean, this is a true open world game. Right now, these hermit crabs, I've been calling them. I love this sequence.
Giant enemy hermit crabs.
That's right. That's right. Good reference.
Favorite.
I mean, they're carrying supplies, and she sort of sabotages them, grabs the supplies, and books it. You're
finding you hit the weak spot for massive damage.
Exactly, massive damage inflicted. You're going to get me in real trouble here, Adam. Anyway, Horizon is spectacular. That's looking absolutely grand. Then we've got The Last Guardian.
I was just going to say, there's a date. There's a date.
October 25th, right? Something like that.
24th, I think it is.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
And it looks great.
Yeah.
And if I was not mistaken, I believe that I saw another creature along the lines of Trico.
You did. And I'm not exactly even sure, as a fan, I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen there. But when I saw that in that demo, I mean, this is what Adam was saying earlier. We're sitting in the press conference, and there's so much that's going on at PlayStation, we don't even totally know, right? And so when you see that, I had heard rumors about it, but when I see that other Trico-like character, I'm not, I just can't wait. I cannot wait.
The best part is you can call somebody and actually find out.
That's
like
right.
When I saw Dave's Gone, I went to Connie Booth and some of the guys from the Ben team and Scott. I was like, I need a build in my office.
Yeah. And they're like, no.
We'll see.
Oh, we'll see. Oh, okay. I know whose office I'm
see.
coming to. And then, of course, we haven't even talked. Have we talked about Spider-Man yet?
Oh my gosh! How can we forget about Spider-Man? Okay, so this is. I love talking about this because this is one of the first really true partnerships between third and first party.
Oh, awesome.
Where they, Marvel comes to third party, says, hey, Drake and Adam, can we do something here? And they say, what they said is, we would love to see a game treated, one of our properties treated with the reverence that first party treats their heroes.
That's awesome.
And the talks just instantly happened, and we started thinking about Insomniac would be a perfect fit. They already had some next-gen tech up and going. So again,
Connie talked to Insomniac. John Drake's handling Marvel on our side, and
so good.
And it's just the perfect marriage of when two groups work so well together and all have the same exact thing on mind. And so Peter Phillips and Jay and all the guys from Marvel have been phenomenal to work with.
We had
really
Bill on
weird.
the show yesterday.
I mean, that guy can talk for a lifetime about Marvel. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But again, this is just another example of something that we've been working on for a long time that I've had to be silent about. And now we
got to tear you up on the inside.
Awful. It's awful. Well, now we can finally talk.
We also have code names for all of our games. So as soon as you get an announcement, you're still calling it. So this one's called Popcorn, right? And so after it comes out, you're like, and you keep referring to like, oh man, Popcorn reveal was great. And you're like, what is that? Like,
that's the best part is that they have a code name and we have a code name. So we called it I-20. They called it Popcorn. We're like, what are you Popcorn?
Yeah, what is this? We'd be in meetings and dropping all these things. We'd be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like that's the whole point.
It's a bunch of gibberish.
Yep. Totally.
So good.
Yeah.
What a show, though. What a show. It feels historic to me. I mean, I'm probably a little biased.
I think you kind of missed one little guy.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Crash Bandicoot!
Yes, of course. There's one other guy we missed, too. I got to talk about him, too.
Yeah.
Crash is coming back. We've got remasters of Crash 1, Crash 2, Crash Warped.
Yep.
Sean, I know this is near and dear to his heart.
Absolutely. Wore the shirt on PSX.
That's right.
And working with Activision, great partners, and then Crash being in Skylanders, too. So the whole sort of bringing back Crash in two different ways we thought was such a great sort of homage to the franchise and the history of our great history with Crash.
A fun fact there is that Crash tweet that we sent out, we live tweet the show. I believe it still stands. That was the most retweeted, most engaged with tweet. There's a real hunger, a real appetite for Crash Bandicoot. So
turns out people wanted that.
Who knew?
That's good.
I feel like
that's
from
really
a third-party perspective, our team obviously takes all the feedback from the public super seriously. So to be able to, a year after Shenmue 3 and FF7 to bring back Crash. It's just been a phenomenal thing. And our partners have been amazing to work with. I mean, Activision, work very closely with them to make this all happen. And Vicarious Visions is going to do a great job with those remasters.
That's a serious studio. They've been around for a long time.
Totally. And they're super talented.
Yeah. And I got to, when you said one more guy, I thought you were talking about the return of Hideo Kojima.
That too.
That too.
Other guy.
There's
and
so
Normus
much
Reedus.
that happened. Okay, so again, you got to. That was like the shortest press conference we've ever done, but there was so much in there.
Right.
So we haven't even talked about Detroit yet.
Oh, that's true. Detroit.
There's so much.
There's so much going on here.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just one thing after another.
Yeah.
I wish I could replay my high school like Detroit. Just be like, man, I should have asked that girl out. But I didn't.
Yeah.
You can play that on your own someday. Don't live stream
play it through my head every night, Scott. But like the options are so. At first I was like, oh, there's a this or that. It goes so like the web, and I love how you guys saw the visualization of the choice matrix of what happens and what unlocks. It's so cool.
There was a lot that went into deciding how to present that. It's very difficult to present a game like that when there's 8 or 9 different things that could happen in that one scenario. And I think
you nailed it.
Yeah,
nailed
really pulled it off. That's cool.
And I think it's the importance of a great video, a great asset, as they say in the business, to really give the game the kind of the launch pad it needs, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, that really got people going. I mean, there was some great content this year that really showed the games off really, really well.
We should take next year off.
Yeah,
no, it's too much fun.
And then Kojima just bringing the house down at the end.
I'm
with
back.
building bridges, literally on stage.
Building
bridges.
Yeah. And I understand that Mad Max Fury Road music was by request from Kojima himself.
Oh, really?
Sean revealed
I didn't even make the connection. That's awesome.
Yeah, and the orchestra.
The orchestra was so over the top. It was unbelievable.
I mean, I said, when I saw that orchestra, I said, what is going on
I wish
here?
every single fan could have been there, because you would literally feel everything.
Yep.
I mean, it just all the way up. I had goosebumps like crazy. It was unbelievable.
Tremendous. And that's it. I'm out. I'm out. I got no energy left. There's no more. Such a great show, though. Any other parting thoughts for you guys here at E3?
I mean, I could go on and on, but I'm so excited that the VR is right there.
Yeah.
It's almost here.
October 13th.
Yeah.
So close.
And when you see the fact that games like Farpoint are out there, this is I can't stress enough that you can see videos all day long.
Yeah.
It just does not do it justice.
Yeah.
You have to find a way to get into a store, whatever it takes, to try it on, and you will be sold. It's amazing. It's an amazing experience.
That's a great point, actually, Scott, because Best Buy, starting this weekend, I believe, is going to have them available.
Oh, cool.
Go into the store. I think they've been talking about it on their website. We're going to have some full details coming out, but it's an open secret at this point.
That's awesome.
There's going to be a lot of retailer demos here in North America, so worth calling that out. There's going to be, in the end, quite a few of these things available, so there will be opportunities for folks.
And for me, I love that we live in the age of the developer, right? Where there's so many platforms to build for, they can make any dream come true. And being able to see them out here celebrating, I mean, at night, like they had a little mixer last night for the Worldwide Studios team, and to be able to go there and just thank them for all their hard work.
Yeah.
And they're just so proud. They're wearing their patched Days Gone shirts with such pride. And just be able to pat them on the back, walk up to developers, being like, saw a guy with a Paragon hoodie. I'm like, I love your game. Can't stop playing.
The Days Gone guys, I felt so safe. So I walked out of there. And some of those guys are big and they got goats. and I'm like, I'm so safe.
Yeah.
I need
I'm like this scrawny little white guy in the middle of all. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
But to see them all be here celebrating games across the whole industry, I mean, it's never been richer, and these experiences, you can't walk away and just look at a game and be like, that doesn't look, like it all looks so phenomenally.
All of it looked fantastic.
It's so cool.
It's really exciting.
I'm more happy with where the industry is today.
Awesome.
Yeah. Great show for everybody. Yeah. Guys, thanks so much for dropping by.
Thanks, Sid.
Have a great E3. Get out there, play some games if you can. Play over me, because I won't be going.
PlayStation